Welcome back. You're watching the news with me, Nivedna Prabhu. Now, Foreign Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has explained what helped seal the LAC deal with China. Emphasizing on India's firm stance, Dr. Jaishankar waxed lyrical about military, which worked in unimaginable conditions. In fact, he also hailed diplomacy to ease the tensions and advance bilateral ties with the Dragon. Jaishankar also highlighted the improved infrastructure along the LAC as a contributor in the landmark agreement, which made China pull back its troops to pre-Galwan clash period. In fact, the remarks come as India and China ended one of the longest running military standoff along the line of actual control in recent times. Listen in.
We have reached where we have. There are two reasons for it. One, a very determined effort on our part to stand our ground and make our point. And, this would only happen because the military, was there in very, very, unimaginable conditions to defend the country. And, the military did its part and diplomacy did its part. And the second is because actually in the last decade, we have also improved our infrastructure.
Shinjoy Chaudhary, Times Network consultant, joins me on the broadcast. Shinjoy, very good morning to you. As far as what we heard S. Jaishankar say, and overall, while you look at this while drawing perspective, how are you looking at that statement?
Well, Jaishankar is absolutely right. And there are several other issues also involved. First of all, as far as this meeting with the Chinese is concerned, in Kazan, it was the Chinese who wanted the conversation. So the Chinese reached out to India. And the reason that the assessment that is being made here are as follows. Number one, that to keep thousands and thousands of troops in Tibet in very, as Jaishankar says, unimaginable conditions was not easy for the Chinese armed forces. Secondly, their economy has not been doing very well lately. So both reasons also contributed to the Chinese asking for a conversation with India. Besides, apart from what Jaishankar has said, and he's right, is the fact that he and his External Affairs Ministry played a very important role, as did the National Security Council Secretariat. And Ajit Doval and Jaishankar were both responsible for this thaw between India and China. Now we have to see what happens, because there is an expectation that a lot of Chinese investment will be looked at. And therefore, if the Chinese want to invest in India, India will look at it, but also look at it very carefully.
Shinjoy, as you pointed out, something that Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also pointed out, and that's probably another way of looking into what S. Jaishankar has also said. This is ultimately, while you're looking at these relations and how this is panned out, is the power of dialogue ultimately.
Yeah, it is the power of dialogue. But as the External Affairs Minister said, we had to stand our ground, quote unquote. If we had stood our ground, then dialogue may not have been as helpful as it has now. So what he is trying to say is that it is a combination of both. And he and the National Security Advisor played very important roles in bringing China to the table and then ensuring that this thaw happened.
Right, Shinjoy. Thank you for joining us with more on that, and more importantly, drawing perspective as well into that statement. But for the moment, we'd have to leave the conversation there. We're now shifting